So we're going to start setting the scene. Hopefully Vincent will make his way back to us. You guys wake up as a fairly cold wind blows through your campsite, rustles the leaves on the trees, whispers across the grass, and blows some of the ashes and embers from your campfire that you have set up the night before, kind of across the dry, bitter tundra grass almost. You're not in a tundra area, but that's basically the best thing that I can liken it to. In front of you, just a mile or two off, looms this rather large mountain. It sits quiet as all can be, and it appears to reach up so far into the heavens that you can't actually see the top of it. The snow-covered peaks, you can see wisps of snow blowing off of them, dancing around in small little whirlwinds, pockets of air blowing around. It looks chilly, it looks foreboding, and it looks pretty cold. The peaks of this mountain, the individual peaks, jut up like jagged rocks thrusting forth from the earth, as if trying to curse the heavens themselves. So how long into my speech did I get before I was disconnected? We got the bat, and then we got Vincent is, and then you cut off. I got your intro. I kind of introduced who you were. Don't worry about it. If you need to communicate by chat, I'm more than happy to do that. We'll check in just a second. These jagged rocks jut up like they are trying to give a giant middle finger to the heavens themselves, in absolute defiance. The snow stops starts to peter out about halfway down this mountain. But from here where you're looking, you can see that this is not going to be an easy journey as you attempt to scale the side of this beast. We're going to start with asking for your passive insight, your passive perceptions. Or you can roll me perception checks, your choice.
Mine's 15.
Okay. You know what? I will allow you to roll before you make that decision. You can take whichever is better. So I will 13. Okay.
I rolled and I got a perception of 24.
Cool. 13, 24.
I rolled, my passive is still higher by 1 point. I rolled a 14.
Okay, so 15, 24, 13.
17.
17. And Vincent?
19.
19. Thank you very much. Those of you that have gotten over... No, actually all of you, because that's going to be a 13. So I believe Nico just ties that, and that would go to Nico. There does not appear to be any easy path up this mountain. No paths kind of etched out in the snow that you can see. It's going to be tough going. Also, sorry about the background noise. Husband's home with groceries. So yeah, the snow kind of covers every rock face as it goes up. You can't see anything that's been etched out in the snow. It doesn't look like anybody's actually touched this mountain in quite a while. So as this cold wind whispers across your campsite, bitter and almost frigid, hints of potentially the coming winter for these lands, we are going to open our floor to the players, and we are going to figure out what you are planning to do and how you are attempting to tackle this. For Critter.
So I have I'm sorry, I can't say this in English, even though it's written in English. Crampons? That feels gross saying.
Crampons for your like cleats for your shoes, right?
Yeah. For like
you're talking
climbing and stuff.
Pitons, like for mountain climbing?
No, these are the ones that so a crampon is a metal plate with spikes that is strapped to the sole of the boot.
Okay. One second. I'm sorry. Give me 1 sec, guys.
So yes, strap on ice cleats, basically.
Okay. So you've got basically shoe spikes.
Yes. Now I came prepared. I bought these before we even left town, like at the very beginning. So I have 8 pairs.
You have 8 pairs of these?
Yes. So
Are they you-sized, or will they fit the rest of the party?
I have a pair that's me-sized. I have a spare pair of my size, and then all the other ones are big people-sized. So that means I have 6 big people-sized ones.
Is there anything you don't carry in those bags?
I believe in being prepared.
Naturally.
Do you have a kitchen sink?
Not quite. But I do have a kitchen, kit.
Do you have anything Firbolg sized?
How big would that be?
How tall
We're
are you, Nip?
both around 7 feet.
7 feet is considered large.
I didn't take that in. It doesn't really,
If it doesn't specify, we will assume yes.
Okay. Now, the extra pair that was Higgs-sized will go on Surly the squirrel.
Okay.
And then I will hand the other ones out
Okay.
to everyone.
Ilardis.
Sweet.
Alardis is probably gonna pat Kiba, and after he does that, he's gonna gingerly take the boot add-ons, and he's gonna strap them to his feet. Thank Hig for the nod.
Okay. Yuki.
How far would you say it is to the mountain?
Like I said, it's about
Like, are we...
it's about a mile or two. You guys have a bit of flat ground walking first.
I'm gonna hold on to the pair that I get from Hig until we're at the base of the mountain.
Yep.
So I'm not directly walking on these on the flat ground and making things uncomfortable. But I will thank Hig for them.
Oh yeah, I don't expect anybody to put them on right now. There's just, here's your gear.
Nico.
Thank you, Hig. And he takes them and until we get to
And last but not least, Vincent.
Thank you. And he'll stow them away for now. And while he does, he's going to make sure he brings up the tire change for his motorcycle. He's going to make sure his winter gear is where it needs to be for when he needs it, for when it starts to get cold. And he looks up and he says, does anybody else have winter clothing?
I want to say we all went and bought some, and then you bought some for us too.
Did you guys keep decent notes?
we bought them. I remember.
Okay.
So, you guys are setting out for the mountain, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool. Let me check mechanics of something here. 1 second. So, as you guys pack up your camp, extinguish your fire and whatnot, and you get ready to head out, it takes you probably about an hour to get to the base of the mountain itself. And as you're looking up at this, again, it's a lot of bare rocks, cold, barren. The snow again doesn't start until a bit more of the ways up the mountain. But it does look like you guys are going to have a fair bit of climbing ahead of you. And as you start up the mountain, this is not going to be easy. There are places where this mountain is almost vertical in nature. So that is going to take some doing for you as well. You guys have everything you need. You did your shopping while you were in town. At least, I hope you did all of your shopping while you were in town. We're gonna say another couple of hours pass as we just move through things here. You guys eventually come to your first pretty much near vertical ascent for this place. And I want you to, one by one, starting at the top of the video chat with Critter, tell me how you are attempting to climb this rock face. And then if you need to make rolls, I will tell you which rolls to make.
So by now, Hig probably did most of the travel on the clockwork squirrel.
Yep.
We'll just call him Surly from now on.
You call him what?
Surly.
Of course you will.
If anybody's given that job, you'll get the joke. Anyway. So she's built him so that, like, it's kind of like, you know, like little, like, scooters that you would put, like, beside a motorcycle? So,
yep.
Like, she can sit in it and strap herself in.
Mm-hmm.
She can't fall out. There's an emergency, like, shootout as well. And so she'll attach the extra pair of cleats to the squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how she's going to make her climb, because this guy has an innate climbing. So,
okay. So your squirrel and you are both going to need to make me one moment while I pull open your character sheet here. Where are you at? Here you are. I think it's an acrobatics check because I think they got rid of the climb. Either that or it's going to be a strength check. Let me see which one's going to fit better. 1 second. Yeah. It's going to be an athletics check. My mistake.
okay. I don't know if this relates to anything, but for the squirrel, it's 30. His speed is 30 feet climbing.
30 feet climbing?
Yeah.
Okay, so if he's got 30 feet climbing, I'm still going to need you to make me an athletics check. But he can. That basically means he can move 30 feet every 6 seconds.
I was hoping D&D Beyond would like be faster, but it's really not. So we're gonna go back to regular rolling.
I had issues with Chrome using D&D Beyond. I switched over to Edge for D&D Beyond, and my dice issues have gone away.
I might have to look into that a bit
That
later.
being said, you're welcome to roll manually.
Yeah, so it's 15 on the dice, so that'll make it a 17.
17, your squirrel manages to at least make the part of the first ascent decently. And for you?
Keeps getting stuck on my keyboard.
Maybe you shouldn't roll on your keyboard. Sorry.
I don't know. It landed on an angle on my mouse pad.
No, you're good. I'm just being an ass.
14. So that's 16.
16. You also managed to make the first part of this this first descent. Moving on to Elardis.
Alright, so Kiba's probably just gonna be digging his claws into like the dirt and rock and climb up that way.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna be scanning for footholds and climbing up that way as well.
Okay, so you are both going to have to make me an athletics check. If Kiba does not have that, please let me know.
Pretty sure he doesn't. I think it'd probably have to be straight up strength.
It'll be a strength check, yeah.
I will roll for Kiba's first.
Okay.
$18 for Kiba.
Okay. Kiba makes the first part of this first descent.
And 15 for me.
As well you do, as you guys are hoisting yourselves up ever so slowly, but you do manage to make it, making sure, of course, that you get decent handholds. Yuki, you're up next.
I'm going to put on the climbing boots that Hig gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have some leftover pitons, those things.
Yeah, the pitons.
Yeah, from when we went and rescued Heskel.
Yep.
So I'm going to be stabbing those into the mountain and just working my way up best I can.
Okay. So I'm going to get you to roll me a strength check for stabbing the pitons in, but first I'm going to get you to make me an athletics check.
Six for athletics.
You fall flat on your butt the first few times.
Hold on.
What's up?
The crampons. So just for the description, I forgot to post that in. A creature wearing crampons can't fall prone while moving across slippery ice. Just putting it.
This isn't ice. This is rock.
Okay.
But thank you.
I got a 14 for strength.
So you managed to shove a couple of pitons in, which are going to help you on your next attempt. You are going to roll me an athletic check at advantage.
$13.
I'll give you that. You managed to pull yourself up for the first part of this ascent. Nico.
I want to try to. I'm gonna put on the boots first, and then I want to try to do some dope ass monk shit.
Some dope-ass monk shit. I like the way that you've described that. I want you to paint the picture for me of what you're trying to do.
I want to see if he can run up the side of the mountain using the wind.
So using what?
The step of the wind.
Okay, description?
It's, you can spend one key point to take the disadvantage or action with bonus action in your turn, and jump distance is doubled for the turn.
Okay, hang on a second. You said step of the wind, right?
Yep.
One moment. Doubles your jump distance will be tripled if you use jump. High jump. Nope, not this one. Sorry, you were cutting in and out there. Just give me 1 second while I find this.
No problem.
Monk, step of the wind. When you take the dash act, no, that's not it. Can I get, like, just a straight description, please?
Never.
Apparently not. So, take the dash action to 80 feet of movement, spend 1 key point for Step of the Wind to dash for an additional 80 feet of movement, total move distance 160 feet, I think it was?
Yes.
And you are spending a key point for this.
Yes, I am.
Roll me... Roll me an athletics check and an acrobatics check.
Athletics 15, acrobatics 11. Oof. Low for me.
Has anybody seen anything from Bard?
So far, yet.
No.
Thank you. What is your athletics check?
It was 15.
Yeah, we'll say that's close enough. Works for me. So, those of you that are climbing up this mountain, pulling yourselves up the old-fashioned way, it takes you a moment, but you see this blur rush past you as something seems to be walking up the wall very fast, or running up the wall. And as you look over, you see a very familiar fearbog.
Go, Nico, go!
Appears to be just scaling this mountain without too much issue whatsoever. And you guys move on average about 30 to 40 feet. He moves about 4 times this distance. So by the time you guys have made it like halfway up this first descent, Nico's like already all the way up and a bit more, if that.
He's just waving down at everybody. Hi!
You could have pulled the rope up and then drug us up.
Come on, slowpokes.
We're gonna do, so I don't see Vincent at the moment. Hello, Xylanth! I don't see Vincent at the moment. I don't know where he went. He disappeared. I'm assuming he's having more tech issues, so we'll get to Vincent here shortly. Circling back around to Critter. To, Hig.
Yeah. Continue with the claim.
Yep.
Though, she does have, some pythons at the ready in case there's a slippage.
Okay. Hey guys, I found a Starbucks up here. Yeah, right, Nico? Right?
So let's see. So for Surly, we have 20 on climb. And for Hig, we have a 19.
20 and a 19?
Yes.
Yeah. So your second round is your second round is actually goes better than your first. Ooh, pickles. Your second round actually goes much better than your first, and you manage to make the second half of this this first descent easily, fairly easily.
Woohoo!
Ilardis.
Basically just gonna be doing the same thing as previous. Kiva's gonna be digging claws in, and Artist is gonna be trying to find any footholds and making his way.
Okay.
Kiva rolled a 12 for strength.
Okay. Kiva's having some troubles. He can't quite find purchase. He doesn't fall, but he isn't moving up.
Alardis, however, has rolled a 6.
Roll me an acrobatics check. Actually, hold on.
Reflex?
Hold on. You rolled a 6?
I rolled a 6.
Roll me a dex check. Or dexterity saving throw, rather.
Oh! 26 for the dex save.
So, you can feel yourself starting to slip. And it's a tense couple of moments for you. You feel yourself starting to pull away from the wall, your hands fall off, and then you scramble for anything that you can grab a hold of, and you manage to grab a hold of what appears to be just a small outcropping of rock, big enough for your hand to grip. You manage to pretty much stop yourself from falling back the 20 to 30 feet-ish that you've already climbed.
When you have a minute, we have word from Bard.
Yes.
Oh, you saw it?
No, go ahead. What's the word?
Oh, so he had to restart his PC because it had started an update. He thinks that's what the issue was, but he's got to wait it out, so he's going to be out for a bit.
Okay. Thank you for keeping me updated. We will get to Vincent when he gets back. Please roll for Kiba and for Ilardis again.
17 for Kiba.
Okay.
And 15 for Alardi.
You guys managed to make your rolls this time, and you pull yourselves the second half of this first ascent. Moving to Yuki.
I'm just gonna make attempts with the same thing. Stabby, stabby, and hopefully climby, climby.
Alright, so you're gonna roll me your strength check for your strength check for your Petons, and you're going to roll me your athletics check for climbing.
10 strength,
Yep.
8 for the climb.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
That's a 2.
So, you have these Petons in your hand, and as you are attempting to shove them in, you use a little more strength. Like, you think you can make it. You go to shove and hammer these Petons into the side of the mountain. And the moment you start, you realize this was a bad idea, as you start to fall away from the side of the rock, trying to grab onto anything that you can. You don't quite make it as you start to fall off the side of this rock face. You are going to roll me. Actually, hold on a second. Let me check something.
Would my passive perception notice that Yuki's falling at all?
What's your passive?
My passive is 15.
Yes.
Alright, so upon noticing it, Alardis is going to let go, and as he's essentially free falling, he's going to pull out the sword of Calhain, stab it into the rock wall as soon as he grabs onto Yuki's hand.
Sorry, say that again?
Okay, so Alardis is going to let go of the side of the mountain.
Yes.
And basically fall towards Yuki.
Okay.
And as soon as he hopefully manages to grab Yuki's hand, he's going to pull out the sword of Calhain and stab it into the wall.
Okay, so that is going to be an acrobatics and a strength check. Strength to shove the sword in, acrobatics to fall away and grab Yuki, and then grab onto the sword after you've shoved it in.
Alright, I'm going to do the acrobatics first.
Yep. And depending on how that goes, we will figure out how things turn out.
That's going to be 7 for acrobatics.
Roll me your strength.
Straight up strength roll or strength save?
Strength roll, because you're attempting to shove something into the side of the mountain.
18.
So, you let go of the side of the mountain, and you attempt to go for Yuki. You shove your sword into the side of this mountain, into the rock. It goes in like a hot knife through butter, right? And enough to give it a fair bit of purchase. You miss grabbing the sword to stop yourself from falling, and you miss grabbing Yuki as well. Both of you are now in a free fall. You are both going to roll me 2d6.
So I have a passive of 15 as well.
You would see both of them falling, yes.
All right. So in that case, we're going to use mold earth to make a little ledge to stop them from falling. Okay, maybe a big ledge.
Catch me, Hig, you're my only hope.
And I'm gonna make it loose dirt, not packed, so that they don't like obliterate when they land on it.
So you're attempting to literally make a hill?
Like a baseball glove out of dirt.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. that is going to have your damage. You are each going to roll me 1d6. Hello, Nix's Rose! Jay has also redeemed feed and posture check in the Twitch chat. So, adjust your posture, grab a drink, or something to eat if you need it. And I'm going to swap up our music here. 1 second.
Anyone remember how to roll D whatevers in D&D Beyond, or should I open Forge?
No, you can use D&D Beyond. So you click on the little dice symbol and then select your appropriate dice.
I'm not seeing a dice symbol. That's the problem. Unless I'm looking in the wrong spot.
Bottom left corner.
Yep.
In a red circle, there's a D20 outline.
I don't have that.
In that case, if you have a manual dice, just roll a manual dice for now.
Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna go grab my dice.
I rolled a 3 on a d6.
You take 3 points of fall damage. That would be bludgeoning. As we wait for Yuki to come back.
Well, that's a scary thing to come back to.
What's that?
I came back and I heard you take fall damage.
Yeah, Ilardis and Yuki are taking fall damage. They fell off the side of the mountain.
Thankfully,
Why would
I
they do
caught
that?
them.
I did it willingly.
Let me see here.
I got a 1.
You got a 1, you take 1 point of fall damage. We're going to cut for a moment to Vincent. So, Vincent, your party is starting to climb this mountain. I want you to describe to me how you are climbing this mountain.
Second, I'm still getting set up.
You're good.
Since he is doing that, I will be right back. I really need the bathroom.
You are good. I'm attempting to find suitable music.
Alright. So, I know what everyone else did to start climbing, so I'm just going to get my climbing gear together. Going to make sure everything is secured on me. Some set of crampons, the climber's kit. Where is that?
That is so not the music I want.
There it is. Harness, gloves, sets of pitons, and a hammer, so that I can hammer that in and climb my way up. At the same time,
Okay.
I am unloading a one of my... Where is it? Block and tackles. I'm unloading one of those, and I am strapping my motorcycle in while I'm with the with ropes.
Mm-hmm.
And I have extra ropes so that I can make it extra secure. And how far up is it to the first rise?
So
Or if there's
it's
a first
basically
rise?
for this, it's going to be 2 rounds of your climbing. So since you are putting the pitons into the side of the mountain, that's going to be kind of a strength check. Your climbing is going to be your athletics check for the first round.
Alright. And then I'm going to have the rest of the block and tackle equipment kind of slung over my shoulder so that I can set it up so that I can winch my motorcycle up with us.
Okay, that works.
Alright, so you said strength check?
Strength check for the pitons and your athletics check for your climbing.
Okay. Let me just check something real quick so I know what all I'm doing.
And then we've got one more round with Vincent here, and then we'll get to the 2 of you that fell. Yeah, this music's not going to do it. This isn't quite setting the mood for what I want.
Look up something that's like winter ambience. You'll probably find something close to what you want.
Well, you guys aren't quite in the winter part just yet, so...
For my strength check, that's a 26.
You managed to hammer the pitons in, not a problem.
Alright. And athletics check next.
Yes, for climbing.
Okay, that is a 24.
You manage to make it without a problem. And as you're climbing, you see this very familiar blur, almost looks like Nico, running up the side of the mountain.
What the fuck?
Nico's literally strapped in these shoes with spikes and has ascended this part of the mountain. Or ascended this part of the mountain and moves up to... So you guys can move about 30 to 40 feet. Nico moves up to 160 with this ability.
Makes sense. Oh, as a barbarian, I move an extra 10.
And he basically looks at you and says, "Hurry up, slowpokes." We are going to do another athletics check, and if you're still hammering in the pitons, that's going to be a strength check.
Okay.
Let's try this one.
Strength 22.
Strength 22? Yep. You managed to hammer in your pitons just fine. And your athletics?
18.
You managed to make the second part of the first half. You managed to make the second part of the this first ascent. What's your passive perception?
Passive perception 14.
14. As you're kind of pulling yourself up, you notice Yuki slips.
Oh shit.
And then Ilardis lets go of the side of the mountain, brings out his sword, the Sword of Calhane, jams it into the side of the mountain, goes to reach for Yuki, and misses both her and grabbing onto the sword, and they both start to fall. And a moment later, you see Hig kind of muttering, and the earth below them starts to form into almost a giant baseball mitt, and catches them. They have taken a bit of damage, but they seem to be okay for the moment. As you pull yourself up onto the first part of this outcropping.
Fall down. You guys good?
Yeah, all good.
It almost looks like they just kind of had the wind knocked out of them for a sec. It was kind of jarring to land like that, but if Hig hadn't have, like, literally brought the earth up to meet them, it could have been worse.
That's work.
Thanks, Hig.
You're welcome. Stop falling.
So we're going to give you guys another climb check. Yuki? And I don't know where Lardis went, but...
He is in the kitchen because we both got really hungry.
Okay, that is fine.
They had their own climbing gear, I take it?
Yes, I'm assuming you guys had your own climbing gear.
Well, that's a 16 for athletics, at least.
That will absolutely make it, as you manage to climb up the part of the mountain that you had fallen off of. And you managed to make it to the top of the outcropping. It's Alardis' go. Vampire Lady Clara on TikTok. Thank you for the rose.
Want me to go roll for him?
That would be wonderful. Thank you. Is he attempting...
He's gonna do it real quick.
Is he also attempting to grab his sword?
Yes.
Then he's going to need to make a strength check and an athletics.
Athletics check that I rolled first was an 18.
Okay.
And the strength check that I rolled was a 15. Check. Yeah, it was a 15.
We'll say that you managed to not only climb, but you managed to reach where you'd shoved the sword into the wall. You pull it out, strap it to your back, and you keep on going. Just barely. It almost feels like you're going to fall again, but you managed to make it. So, with that, I'm going to get everybody to make me an athletics check again. Everybody, roll me. Actually, you know what? Roll me 2 more, we'll assume.
You've been going to call out to them. You guys, this is why you use the harnesses in your climbing gear. Athletics check, 2 of them?
2 of them, yes. Because now that we've been through that, we're going to move past things here. Because there's a bunch more that we're going to be doing today. So, Hig.
Nat 20.
And your second one?
$17.
Okay.
So that's plus 2, so that's 19.
Okay. Ilardus and Kiva. Oh, and you need to do for your clockwork squirrel too.
I thought those 2 were like the.
Oh, no.
I did 2, right?
Sorry. Yeah, but you're doing 2 per person, so you should roll 4
okay.
altogether.
All right. No.
What were the numbers?
I got 2 nat 20s.
Nice. So you said
take a picture.
that, and I'm just like, the fuck did you do? And you're like, I got 2 nat 20s. Don't play with me like that. So your squirrel has absolutely no problem climbing this mountain. You managed to pull yourself up as well. Ilardus and Kiva. 2 for Ilardus, 2 for Kiva, so 4 rolls altogether.
Are we going to be taking breaks soon?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
I haven't
got a
forgotten.
19 and a 5.
19 and a 5?
Artist got 7 and 16.
Okay. So, climbing your second and third ascents. Kiba makes the first one, fails the second one, and starts to fall. And Ilardus got
7 and 16.
7 and a 16. He fails the second one. We'll say he manages to make that up. And the second one, or sorry, the third one he manages to make. Yuki.
I got a 2 and a 12.
You have issues making both of them. Do you want to try again, or do you want to try and find another way?
I'm gonna try again, because, like, I'm already on the side of a mountain. What am I gonna do?
The giant baseball glove thing is still beneath them, FYI. I'll just go leave it there like that.
Yeah, it's fine. This isn't the same outcropping, by the way.
Never mind.
Cool! That's worse. I got a 3 and a 10.
Well, okay, we'll get to that in a second. Nico.
I got a 5 and a 19.
You want to try again for the second one?
Yes, please.
Reroll.
Hold on, I just lost my athletics. Oh, there it is. 8. It's a little better.
Roll me a d6.
Uh-huh.
Yuki, roll me a d6.
2.
2.
You both take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall, and we will assume that you manage to catch up to the rest of the party. It takes you a little longer, though, so you're probably wasting another couple of hours as you take your time. Vincent.
Yeah. Somebody throw me a damn rope!
12 and a 24.
The 12 one does not quite make it for this outcropping. Do you want to re-roll?
Yeah, sure, what the hell.
Re-roll?
Athletics. Normal roll. 28 total, nat 20.
You managed to make it this time. We are going to need to roll a d6 for Kiba.
Side question, how heavy is Kiba?
Direwolf size, I believe. I have no idea how heavy that is. 1 second.
For some reason I thought they were tiny.
No, I'm pretty sure Kiba's a direwolf.
Oh, why did I think it was the size of a Yorkshire?
He's a big puppy.
That's Gabby.
Oh,
Which...
Gabby, who is currently in Vincent's pouch.
He's saying around 200 considering his size and he's pure muscle.
alright, never mind then.
Kiba needs to roll me a d6.
I'll roll it. 2.
Kiba takes 2 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage from a fall. We're going to assume that you guys managed to make your ascent okay. You've taken some damage, but you do manage to eventually catch up. However, you have spent a lot more time than you had planned on. And we are going to actually take a break here. We're going to go for 15 minutes, so we're going 37 minutes after. For those of you on TikTok, we'll be back. For those of you on Twitch, we will be back. Just bear with us. I'm going to go ahead and switch over our music to our tavern music.
Just for future reference, Direwolf is apparently roughly about 800 pounds.
What?
Yep, that makes sense. 200 pounds is more regular wolves.
1 second.
Direwolf, ancient grey wolf, very large, much more feral. They're about 9 feet long on average and weigh about 800 pounds.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yep. Alright, so we will be back. If my mods over on TikTok can keep an eye on my chat, please, that would be wonderful. You guys are welcome here on Twitch to interact with the audience. Hard as Boss the Mountain, right? We'll see you guys soon. So you guys have spent the first half of this session, or the first part of this session, attempting to scale a mountain. And we are going to assume that you guys, because of your rolls, you've taken a bit of damage, it's taken you a bit longer, but you managed to pull yourself up over one of these outcroppings, only to find there's flat land. You're kind of getting up there, right? You're getting up a fair ways. But there is kind of flat land where just flat rock covered in snow almost. And I'm going to adjust our scene here for a sec. I'm going to bring us down. Oh, that was the background. I don't want to move the background. Move us down here. I'm going to move this down. Cover that.
Everything's so dry. Fuck.
Second, where is... This is what you see. If you take a look at the Twitch chat.
Ooh, beautiful.
Sweet.
You see what appears to be a snowscape in front of you.
How deep is the snow?
Are you attempting to test?
Yes, I have to know because I may drown in this snow.
How are you attempting to find out?
I'm assuming standing in front of it will tell me whether or not the snowbank is taller than me.
This isn't just a snowbank. This seems to go on for quite a while. This snow is probably about 4.5 to 5 feet deep.
Cool.
So Hig is going to turn to Vincent and ask for a ride.
Not a problem. And I'll start winching my motorcycle up. Winching? Yeah, winching.
The mechanical squirrel climbs onto your shoulder and attaches himself securely.
Once it gets up to the top, I'll bring it over, fire it up, put on my helmet, press the button on the side to deploy the plow scoop. The plow ram, rather.
You mean that thing I gave you to bash down doors?
Yes.
Okay.
I did say it would be shaped. It would be wedge plow shaped.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll say, all right. Everyone good to go? Everyone need a rest still?
Jingle all the way.
Oh! I'll start carving a path through the snow. Rev motorcycle up and go.
So, one of the things you noticed setting out is that it is a lot colder up here. Which means we are now going to be adding in constitution checks because of the biting cold wind. And because of the fact that you guys are surrounded by snow and having to dig your way through. So for this part, I'm going to get you each to roll me 2 constitution saving throws. Also note that it is fairly late in the day at this point.
Okay.
I can grow my own fur and insulate myself.
So what does that give you in regards to temperature changes?
So effectively, this is... So what I'm doing is a partial shift. Let me see if there's anything specific, because I'm still working on some of those details.
Because it would give you a bit more of an adaptation, like a bit more protection against the cold, yes.
Yeah.
But I want to know what kind, like, if you end up taking, say, cold damage or something like that, I want to know how it's going to affect that.
Yeah, so let me hook that. I will look that up if you want to move on to other people in the meantime.
It is also fairly late in the day here. The sun, you can't really see it at the moment. It is starting to snow a little bit, actually. And too much longer, you guys will be left out with no shelter. So we're going to move on to Ilardis and Kiba. And we're going to find out what you guys are doing.
I don't know if we were doing constitution checks now or if it was like later on.
Roll me your con saves now.
So in that case, first one, do it for Alertus first. I rolled a 10 and a 15 for him.
Okay, and for Kiba?
Not entirely sure what Kiba is. Thick fur, that thick black.
Okay, so we'll use the same rules for Kiba that we use for Hig. That's going to take a moment to look up. Yuki.
What level are we at again? 9?
8 or 9, something like that.
Level 9.
9.
I got a 3 and an 11.
Okay, thank you. Nico.
21 and a 14.
Okay, Vincent.
My cold weather gear makes me automatically succeed on saving throws against the effects of cold.
Somebody thought ahead. So those of you...
Didn't Vincent buy that for all of us and distribute it a couple sessions ago?
Yeah. And before we came up, I asked everybody if they have cold weather gear. Everyone said yes.
Yeah, because you bought it for us. Because you're awesome and you thought ahead.
Yeah, I did.
So, you have your cold weather gear on then?
Yes.
In that case, your constitution saving throws are not needed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I had just looked that up as I had done my second roll, and I was like, wait a minute, does that give me a bonus or anything? And it just says it automatically succeeds saving throws against the effects of cold weather. Extreme cold.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
give me one sec, guys.
It is a heavy fur coat or cloak over layers of wool clothing, as well as a fur-lined hat, hood, and goggles, and fur-lined leather boots and gloves.
Okay. So, let's talk whether you guys are attempting to press on, or whether you guys are attempting to make camp, or what do you guys want to do?
Might be a good
We
idea
should
if we.
try to find a cave for shelter.
Yeah, we like. Is the landscape up here as we see it on this picture, where there's trees and such, or is it more flat?
There are trees. It is a bit more flat-ish. There are rocky outcroppings. Potentially, there's also a rock wall. So these pictures are not exact. It's more just to give you an idea of the type of terrain, right?
So, given the depth of the snow and the current terrain that we're in, I would suggest finding, like you see how like some of those, there's a couple trees that are cropped together, taking shelter underneath that, because the snow will also act as an insulator.
Yep.
And we'll still retain, 360 peripheral lookout kind of deal.
There is
That's
also like a rock wall, what appears to be like rock outcroppings as well. You guys are effectively on the side of a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's open to you guys to discuss.
I think, like, first off, we get a little further away from the cliff edge that we just got up off, and I honestly think finding a tree to huddle up under would be a better idea. Like, take some time to build the snow up around the edges, so that we have that hollow, like Nico said, like Hig said.
Nico, any input from you? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, because if snow falls on us from above from the tree, it's not so damaging as if it falls on us from a cliff or a rocky outcropping.
Alardis, Nico, Yuki?
Nico has no idea what to do in the cold. So he's just following everybody else's.
Bloody cinnamon roll.
Yeah, we need to find something that provides us with shelter at least on one side. Like some sort of outcropping or something.
Which is what...
Even wall.
Which is what I believe Hig and Vincent were actually trying to say is use the snow as your wall. Let it build up and turn it into a wall itself.
Yeah, like, we've got hands and shovels. We can push it all into a wall.
Well, not just that, but like because we're doing this, let's say like the base of like a tree or hopefully several close together trees, a lot of that work will already be done because there won't be any snow at the base of the tree.
Hopefully.
No, that's winter survival guide.
Yeah, exactly. Thank
If
you,
you're lost
Survivor
somewhere,
Man.
Roll me an intelligence check, Hig. Or better yet, roll me a wisdom check.
Okay. Keep in mind, my character has lived in this area for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
Also, is the snow like fresh powder, or is it like basically if you were to roll a snowball, it'd be like perfect?
Some of it is, some of it isn't.
So you said an intelligence
Wisdom.
save? Wisdom.
Wisdom check.
Oh, that's which?
The ones at the
one
top.
Okay. Not great.
Do it at advantage
12.
because you have lived in the area for a while.
Okay. That's better. That would be an 17.
Yeah, that information pretty much lines up with what you'd know. Good call.
That was so close.
I got a question for DM.
Mm-hmm.
Control water works on snow, right?
Oh, that is a good question.
Hang on. Let me consult my DM guide. 1 second.
Funny because me and my brother were talking about something like this a couple of weeks ago.
Give me 1 second. response says water comes in multiple forms: vapor, liquid, solid, ice and snow, steam and mist, or water, so they can be targeted. If they can be targeted, then any of the dot points in the cantrip are applicable, even if they work against preconceptions of what's plausible, because magic. And the second one says... One second. Until the spell ends, you control any freestanding water inside an area you choose that is a cube of up to 100 feet on a side. You can choose from any of the following effects when you cast this spell. So one says yes, because it is water at its very core. It is basically water molecules. The other one says it has to be freestanding water, which does not rule out other forms. So in this case, I will say yes. Control water will control snow. Good question.
Nice.
So, how about we find a spot and I can make us like a little igloo or something?
I'm good with this.
Same.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. So, you guys are attempting to look for a spot. Roll me investigation checks.
God, my rolls are shit today. I got a 7.
13.
15.
19.
Vincent?
17.
The first one to spot it is Hig, followed by Vincent shortly after. It's actually at the base of one of the trees. Which is funny, because this tree actually looks fairly dead. Doesn't look like it's alive anymore. Looks kind of dried out, but for some reason it hasn't fallen over and might actually provide an ample source for firewood.
That way.
Oh,
Gonna cut down the tree?
It's already dead. We're doing the other trees a favor. He's a risk to their health.
Okay.
Nico all sad.
cool.
Cool.
Alright, so... Idea, we clear out the lower branches, that way we don't poke ourselves on them, and we use that for firewood.
Question. Is the tree a pine sort like a pine kind of tree?
Because I
You know what I mean.
Because I totally have the answers to these questions. One moment.
Why wouldn't the GM?
Uh-huh. Spruce.
Awesome. So, we should technically be able to find in those lower branches what's called fatwood. And it's basically wood that's been oversaturated with resin. And it's basically just super incredibly flammable.
Roll me a survival check for that. Thank you.
Everyone or just Hig?
Pardon?
Everyone or just Hig?
Hig, because Hig's the one
Okay.
offering the information. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
That's 14.
Close enough, yeah. You'd be able to give that information, given kind of what you know about the area. It's not your first time out and about. You've dealt with a few seasons of winter, so you kind of have an idea. Okay. So, you guys make it over to this dead tree. I'm assuming. Did you say you were clearing out the branches below?
Yeah, clearing out lower branches kind of thing.
So,
Make
Vincent concentrates on clearing out the lower branches so it doesn't poke you guys all in the eyes or, in places that are sensitive. And before long, you actually have what appears to be the start of a place you might be able to camp out overnight.
Nico makes a snowman.
Of course he does.
Hig will help.
Of course she does.
Were
Yuki
you
too.
little gave for eyes and noses and stuff?
Pardon?
Yeah.
We're using nuts and bolts for the face.
Naturally. Okay. What was that, Yuki? You were saying something?
I'm helping with the snowman too.
Okay, so Vincent's making the campsite. Got it.
I have extra blankets. I'm putting them down. I'm getting my shovel so that I can build up more snow around the edge. Make sure I can block off as much of the wind as possible.
I'm helping with the campsite building as he was being a typical doggo fashion, just like jumping around in the snow, being a weirdo.
Roll me survival checks, you two. Since everybody else wants to go build a snowman.
No, I don't want to build a goddamn snowman. Stop singing.
I will keep a peripheral. I'll keep an eye on how well they're building the campsite, just to see how they do.
Roll me survival. Then whoever's keeping an eye out also needs to roll me survival, but we're going to get to Ilardis and Vincent first.
Vincent got an 18 for survival.
Cool.
24.
Sweet.
Okay. And now Yuki and Hig.
10.
6.
Yeah, this is like one of the best forts you guys have ever seen.
Yeah, we're having a great time with that snowman.
You guys are busy building the snowman as far as you can tell. Like, they're building this with like brick and cement and the stuff that goes between the bricks, and this is going to be one of the best buildings ever.
So you just hear while I'm building a snowman, Vincent, come on and play. I just got through the whole song.
Sorry, can't. Some of us are working.
So I'm gonna go over and actually inspect what they're doing. Like, just ditch the snowman and go see what they're doing and be like, y'all know I can just make us a giant igloo or something for us to be comfortable in, right? You're making more work for yourselves.
We're almost done here. Don't tell us that.
I am going to control water, take over the entire thing just as they're finishing up, and make a nice, pretty, pristine spot for us to sleep, and just essentially a giant igloo. Help keep in the heat, help keep out the weather.
You managed to put it over the top of this old tree. You managed to clear out all the ground so it's nice and dry, no longer covered in snow. You even managed to put a fireplace on the inside. So you guys have a place to kind of build your fire with a chimney that kind of juts out at the top to channel the smoke.
I love this.
When that's all done, go ahead.
Sorry, what? Sorry.
Just gonna say.
What was that, Nico?
No, Vincent, go ahead first.
Oh, I was just gonna say. Vincent pokes his head out over the shelter and says, "Me and Alaris are done building the shelter."
You know what? I will let you take credit for that one.
Nico, you were going to say?
When Vincent pops his head out, he gets a face full of snow.
A face full of snow?
As I throw a snowball at him. Snowball fight!
Roll me an unarmed strike, please.
Sure.
No, roll me a ranged attack.
Oh, how do I do a ranged
That's going to be a d20 plus your proficiency bonus plus your dex.
Plus my what? I'm sorry, you went too fast.
Sorry, d20 plus your proficiency bonus plus your dex.
Where's my proficiency bonus?
Should be right next to your stats at the top on the right-hand side. Somewhere's around there, I think. Give me one sec. Let me double check. Oh, no.
There it is. Plus 4.
Plus 4? Okay, so yeah, the plus 4, the d20, and your dex mod.
20.
Vincent, what's your AC?
20.
That goes to the attacker. Yeah, Vincent gets a face full of snow.
I'm a jolly man.
How do you respond?
I'm a jolly man. How much snow can I lift?
What's your
As he's figuring that out, I am going to prestidigitation a gust of wind to blow snow into Vincent's face.
Carrying capacity is push, drag, or lift 507 pounds. 570 pounds.
If you're attempting to lift it, the most you can lift is 507 pounds.
Are the two of them close together?
That's up to
Pig
them.
has gone by to
I'm near
inside.
you.
Yep.
Pig just goes, I'm done with this. Heads back inside.
Mm-hmm.
So
Pig's
yes.
noping out of this.
So yes, they are.
I'm following Hig, basically going like a freaking shoulder.
So I gather a great big load of snow, lift it, I say, I'm glad I don't have back pain, and I throw it at them.
Roll me a ranged attack.
Do you want to make a snowman?
I'll give you some snow, man.
Do you want to build?
D20.
Do you want to
plus-
build a snow wang?
I could technically go all Elsa on this and like turn Vincent into a snowman, like he's the core of it.
God damn it!
So that was roll for the damage. That was 1d20 plus proficiency plus. Oh no!
Sorry, it's a ranged attack, so it's going to be a d20 plus your proficiency plus your dex mod.
Okay. Where do I find my proficiency bonus?
It's under your walking speed.
Where do I find my walking speed?
That's going to be top of the sheet.
It's at the very top.
Strength, dexterity, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. Oh, there it is. Proficiency. Sweet.
Snow boulder, right, Jay?
Mm-hmm. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Yuki.
Sorry, what? I was talking
Vincent
about...
rolled a 24 to hit. Does that beat your AC?
Oh, Jesus, yes. Can I try to dodge that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an ability that'll let you dodge?
I mean, I could always do the dodge action, but that's technically in combat.
For purposes of this, we can allow that. So read the dodge action out to me. What does that say?
When you take the dodge action, focus entirely on avoiding attacks. So starting your next turn, attack rolls made against you have disadvantage. If you can see the attacker, you make a dex saving throw with advantage. Lose this benefit if you're incapacitated or your speed drops to 0.
So that won't go for this round. That'll go for next round.
Face full of snow!
So Vincent, you bury these two in a giant pile of snow, and a moment later, you just wisps come off the top of this pile and like kind of cover your face.
So go over and just, with one of the sticks I harvested from the tree earlier, just kind of poke around in the snowbank I just made. Until I find them, and then I kind of pull them up.
Right. So you pull them up.
That was fun. Do it again. Do it again.
Damn it, Nico!
I'm turning Vincent into a snowman.
How?
Alright,
Into
come
the water.
inside, it's nice and... Alright, come inside, it's nice and warm.
And suddenly, he is covered in snow and it's a nice snowman shape.
Yep. It's a nice Vincent Snowman shape. B-Dog, hello! So. Anything else?
No, we'll go inside.
I'm gonna go inside and leave Vincent out there just for a couple minutes and then I'll help him out.
Okay, so eventually you guys all get inside this structure that your cleric has made. With the nice little fireplace and whatnot. We're going to assume that somebody started a fire in order to help kind of warm this place up a little bit, so you guys actually have shelter from the elements. You have shelter, or you have heat, so you don't have to worry about freezing to death or anything like that. And we're going to assume that you end up, doing what you need to do for supper, setting up your actual camp, and going to sleep for the night.
Higgs spent the time they were fooling around outside making a couple more of those flying bee bombers.
Okay.
They're not filled with anything right now. She's just making them and stuffing them in a bag.
Okay, so for that, I believe that requires, I think I said, is it performance?
Intelligence?
Intelligence. We'll go with intelligence. That works better.
Alright. I don't know what watches. Sweet.
You rolled a what?
21.
Roll me a second one, if you're making 2.
12.
You make the first one. You figure out what you're doing for the second one. We'll assume you managed to get it done.
Woohoo.
Vincent, you were going to say?
I was gonna say, I don't know who else is gonna take which watch, but I'll take last watch.
You'll take last watch? Okay. Who's taking...
I'll take
So-
first.
You'll take first?
Wake
Who's
me
take-
up when that happens.
I'll take second.
So, it's going to be Yuki, Nico, Vincent.
Vincent will eat, dry himself off, and go to sleep.
Yuki, are you going to place yourself outside the door? Where are you keeping watch at?
I would have made the doorway big enough for us to get in and out of, so I could sit comfortably in here while looking out the doorway.
Okay. So, you're going to roll me 2 perception checks, please.
Nine and 19.
Oh. You're just kind of thinking things over. A lot of thoughts floating through your mind at this point. You've been through a lot. And you've still got, a fair ways ahead of you, at least as far as you know. Friends that have come with you, friends that are no longer here, good times had along the way, and you get kind of wrapped up in your own thoughts. You don't really notice anything for the first half of your watch. What was your second roll?
19.
You realize that you've fallen into kind of thinking about things, and you pull yourself back out, and your view kind of sharpens the area on the area around you. You see snowdrifts. You hear the wind. Trees rustling off somewhere in the distance. It sounds like creaking of bones, maybe, as they creak in the wind. But there's nothing really else out there. And soon enough, your watch comes to an end.
Nico, time to get up. Watch time.
Okay.
You rouse Nico. You settle in for a bit of a nap. Nico, roll me 2 perception checks.
At about the 8-hour point, that's when Alardis would have gotten out of his medication because elves can't sleep.
That'll be during Vincent's watch.
18 and a 4.
18 and a 4?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You don't really see anything the first half of your watch. Just every once in a while you think you might see something, but it turns out to be just kind of the dancing snow playing a trick on your eyes, and eventually your eyes begin to gloss over. Everything just looks the same here. Boring. Not really your area of expertise. Not really where you want to be. It looks really cold outside. As for the second half of your watch, as your eyes glaze over and gloss over, you fall into your own thoughts. Roll me a wisdom check, please.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, wisdom saving throw.
17.
Luckily, you manage to recognize when your watch is over on time.
Vincent, time to wake up. It's your turn.
Yeah. Good. I'm good.
You're good?
Yep.
Have a good watch. And then he goes to bed.
Nico settles in. Vincent gets up to watch. Vincent, roll me 2 perception checks.
Perception.
As Vincent gets up to go and do his watch, I go sit with him because what else am I gonna do?
Because what?
Because what else am I gonna do?
Are you
1
actively
second.
keeping watch, Ilardis?
May as well. Elves can't sleep, so may as well help them keep watch.
You're going to roll me 2 perception checks, too. So, we're going to start with Vincent. What was your first roll?
First roll is a 1. First roll is a 5 because of my bonus. Second roll is a 19.
Okay, we're just going to go with your first one to start. Ilardis?
First roll was a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Cool. Love it. That'll help balance things out. Now, I want to know, as you guys are sitting up and kind of keeping an eye out, Vincent, you notice Ilardis just kind of shake himself for a moment and kind of look around as he pulls himself out of his trance. Comes over and actually sits next to you.
Nods tail artist. Then starts kind of making sure the fire doesn't die down. And starts just kind of humming.
Are you guys attempting to talk about anything, or are you just going to leave it as is?
Weather outside is right there.
Bard
I'll,
checking messages.
As I go to sit down, and I was like, so I wanted to mention this sooner, but considering the last time something weird happened to me, I got tied to a chair, so I kind of felt like I really shouldn't, but turns out, and then he holds his hand up, and frost magic starts to swirl around in his hand. So apparently I have a patron now. I guess I'm the champion of Fey Queen, known as Queen Tanya.
Huh. Neat. So that gives you just ice magic at this point?
As far as I know. I mean, I haven't really tested anything else. Just this was the first thing that I ended up wanting to try out. And since I've got ice magic, guess who's weak to ice?
Alright. Well, I mean, hey, that's helpful. So what does this mean for you? How long does this go on for?
Let's put it this way: by the time time stops, I'm still gonna be here.
Well, shit, that's a bummer, man.
Yeah, but on the bright side, I still have time with you guys anyways, and hell, maybe even in the afterlife I'll come and chill it with you. I'll still be alive, but, you know, gods do crazy shit.
You know what? When I die, how about I haunt your ass?
Sounds good. It'll keep
Sweet.
me company at the very least.
There you go. That's the way to think about it. Hey, what matters is we're still here right now. We're still able to finish this. And this ends up being a hell of a boon for that, right?
Yeah, that's what I see it as, anyways.
There you go. Besides, you're an elf. You would have outlived the hell out of all of us anyway.
Yeah, I've definitely lived a couple of your lifetimes at the very least.
Yeah. There you go. And hey, if it ends up that you can't time travel, when we get back to our own time, you'll still be around.
Yeah, definitely.
So, is it just that you can make a little bit of ice, or are you able to just run out into the snow without it affecting you?
I'm still definitely affected by the cold. And as for the extent of what I can do, I actually don't know. I haven't really faced off against anything that would require me to go all out with this specific thing.
Right. I mean, I kind of went through the same thing when all this weird-ass magic shit started happening way back when, and suddenly I can shoot lightning out of myself. I don't think I ever tried to do anything else with that. I wonder if there's other stuff I could do.
You know, I think one of these days, if we've got the time and people aren't sleeping and what feels like the world being at stake, we should probably try that out.
That'd be cool. No pun intended.
No pun. Yeah, definitely no pun intended, considering, and he just, gestures everywhere.
Nah.
So,
I was just gonna add, the only two people that don't know yet about this are Tig and Nico. I was gonna tell them after.
Right. No. I mean, I can just keep it to myself until you feel like you want to tell them, so.
Probably in a little bit.
And you know what? Don't feel bad about it either, because everybody's body changes at different times. I don't know when it happens for elves, but you can trust me with this, that it's natural and normal.
So as Vincent starts to give Ilardis pointers on the lessons on the finer points of life, morning starts to roll around, the sun rises, and Ilardis soon has an education on the matters of biology as if he didn't already know. And one by one, you all begin to rouse from your sleep. The cloud cover kind of blots out the sun, but it's enough that you can tell it's there. Because of the snow from the night before, the scene starts to change a little. The scene has changed a little bit as you step outside. You do your morning stuff, you step outside, and we get ready to head on our way once again. It's still this morning. The wind is not blowing as badly as it did the night before. It's almost a dry cold. It's very much... It seems almost like the calm before the storm, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything is silent. Not even the birds are chirping. So, Jay's redeemed feed. Excellent. Thank you, Jay. Jay's redeemed posture check. So, as you guys continue on your way, all bundled up and whatnot, leaving your shelter behind, your temporary shelter behind, it takes another solid couple of hours. But you eventually come across... Actually, you know what? Roll me perception checks, everybody who's wandering. Everybody who's actively keeping a lookout.
$23.
5.
Nico-
Vincent is.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. 5. Vincent is distracted with coffee.
I also got a 5.
Yuki is
I
also
got it.
distracted with Vincent's coffee. Got it.
I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6. Nico is also distracted with Vincent's coffee.
How about me and Nico are like having a mini snowball fight, just throwing little bits of snow at each other.
That works.
Yes.
Ilardis?
I rolled a 12. I haven't rolled for TV.
You're still keeping an eye out. And, sorry, Hig rolled.
23.
Hig is the one to keep everybody on track, just hands down. And before long, Hig, there appears to be, off in the distance, a structure jutting up against the sky. Doesn't look like a natural rock formation. Looks like it's made of rock, but it doesn't appear to be a natural formation. As a matter of fact, it appears to be something not unlike a giant building.
I have a spyglass.
Yes.
It magnifies objects twice their size.
Yes.
So I will whip that out and take a look. Do I see more of what that is?
Yes. This appears to be the remnants of a very old castle.
I'm gonna turn and look to Alardis because he's the only one not messing around. And be like, there's a castle buried or something in the snow down that way?
It's old, very much left to ruin, almost like time itself has forgotten about it. Just left to fall apart. This building looks massive.
Be right back.
Yep.
Definitely looks older than I am. Should go check it out though.
Roll me a wisdom check, Alardis.
Should I do the same?
Sure.
Never mind. It's made out of rock.
It's made out of rock and it's old.
It looked like shit.
Wisdom check or a history check?
You know what? Which one of those two is better for you?
History.
Take your history check. Fuck it.
I rolled a 15.
I should do that too, actually. Let's see if I get better.
Ilardis, how long have you been around in this world?
I was around 35. I was 35 when magic went poof.
Yep.
So
It's about 2000,
say,
I think I said? 1500 to 2000?
give or take. I think so, yeah. Or a couple hundred years old, anyways.
Yeah. Ilardis, you don't... In all of your wanderings through this world, and all of the tales that you've heard, you don't recall anything about this castle, specifically up in the mountains like this. You haven't heard anything about it at all from anyone. And when you look at this castle, after it's pointed out to you, or these ruins anyways, as they're pointed out to you, you're starting to realize that there's certain designs, certain elements of the way this castle is built, or was built. It can't be any more, it can't be any less than about 100,000.
Hig would have handed you the spyglass to get a better look. If that helps.
This castle was ancient by the time you were born.
Alardis hands the spyglass back, and says, this thing is definitely older than I am.
I take it that's significant. She just kind of gives you a lonely look because as a fey creature, she definitely understands what that could mean.
Let's put it this way. This was in ruins probably before my grandfather's time.
Well, probably explains why neither of us have ever heard about it before. We should go check it out.
Naturally.
Think of the
Very-
discoveries. There could be like undiscovered things, baubles, knickknacks, sparklies.
From this distance with my history check, would I have been able to see, and looking through the spyglass, would I have been able to see any discernible markings from here? Like, if it was like elven made, if it was human made,
Nope.
any runes, stuff like that.
Actually, you know what? Roll me an insight. So you guys are starting to ask questions now, and I like this. I want you guys to, for those of you that are in campaign 2, I want you to hold on to this needing to ask questions, because there's a very good chance I may not prompt you to make your rolls in campaign 2. That may be up to you. Which means if you miss out on information, you may miss out on information. Sorry, Alardis, you were saying?
I don't know shit. I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8?
Sure.
You are unable to determine anything of that nature at this distance. You're not even sure if those telltale signs exist.
Okay, so I'll probably have to do, like, anything like the insight, Arcana, stuff like that when we're a little closer and I can see it better.
Yeah.
Nico, you've been fairly quiet.
Oh, he's been snowball fighting with Yuki.
Okay, just wanted to check in, make sure everything was good.
Yep. I usually mute myself that way in case my kids come to me. It doesn't interrupt the stream.
No, I appreciate that. Your consideration is noted. I just wanted to check in and make sure everything was good.
Yep, everything's good.
Cool. So, you guys have this ginormous building off in the distance. Or you can continue to attempt to scale the mountain again. It's up to you.
We should probably let the others know there's something going on. Hig's going to turn towards the 3 children playing in the snow.
From the shelter inside, you can hear, "I don't want a lot for Christmas.
You guys
There's
left the
just
shelter.
one thing I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree."
You guys left the shelter.
Don't need to hang my stocking there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus won't make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day.
So, you guys turn to
All I want for Christmas is you.
Alright, I'll be back in a moment.
And meanwhile, while Vincent's singing this, then I'm just looking at Nico and singing, "Do you want to build a snowman?"
Y'all broke at the end.
Hey, Bard, doesn't she know where you live?
We're old. She's not going to walk all the way over here and slap me.
No, she just have Whisper driver. Y'all good?
Yep. Sorry, I had to go use the bathroom.
I just want you here. No, it's done.
Remember, she knows where you live.
So, you go back to tell the people playing in the snow about this structure, this building. Hello, Daddy's love. What are you doing? You go back to tell them about this structure.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm assuming they're singing and being silly while we're walking.
Probably.
Before, when she walks up, though, Nico's making a snow angel.
Of course. Children.
Yeah, I'm too old for this shit.
It's up to you guys. Like, do you want to continue to try and
You
scale the
want to build
mountain?
a snowman?
Do you want to try
No.
and scale the mountain, or do you want to move towards the structure?
That's-
Or do you just want to stay here and play in the snow for the rest of time and potentially freeze to the side of this mountain? It's up to you.
I got fire magic. I can keep myself warm.
But for how long?
It's a cantrip, so infinite.
Yeah, we'll go towards shelter.
Go towards the structure?
Yeah, structure.
Sure.
Yep.
Cool.
Pack up our shit.
Your shit's already packed up. You
We
guys
left.
have moved on. Okay, so the rest of you have moved on. Vincent apparently decided to stay behind at the shelter.
Nobody told me we were leaving.
Vincent's just sitting there having his cup of coffee around the fire, singing Mariah Carey while the rest of us fucked off hours ago.
Where the fuck is everyone? Oh shit, they're over there.
I wouldn't have been able to leave though, because the snow's too deep. I have to ride on Vincent's shoulder
Let me
anyway.
make sure I've got the right image here.
You got 2 furbolgs you could ride on too.
True. So the clockwork squirrel, you have to build them with an enhancement and then kind of like an oopsie. The oopsie in mine is that it's got an overdeveloped sense of self-preservation, but it's also self-healing. So I would assume that for a squirrel riding on 2 furbolgs probably make it run away.
So, we're going to have to pretend that this scene is covered in snow, but this was kind of the image that I wanted as you guys pull closer. Or at least the front part of it. The front part of the grounds.
That was cool.
Pretty.
Right? You guys pull closer, and the closer you get, the more things just seem kinda off. You can see the ground in patchwork. Like, places where the snow's disappeared, almost looks like it's been melted away. Some of the ground doesn't match what should be there. And the closer you get, you stop for a second. The ground starts to rumble.
Oh shit.
The ground starts to shake.
I slap mage armor on myself.
The closer to this building that you get, the more the ground trembles, causing pieces of this building to fall. Somehow the structure's still holding together.
Do we go on?
Nothing ventured.
Nothing ventured, but we still live.
Now,
Maybe
can we
should-
even, like, leave the area? Is it still rumbling and stuff?
It's just here and there that it starts to rumble. Nico, you were going to say something.
Maybe we should go? It's scary.
I'm gonna take a few steps closer to the structure. Does the rumbling get worse?
Stays about the same.
Gonna keep going a little closer, like a few steps at a time, just to see if it gets worse the closer I get.
It stays the same.
Vincent's keeping pace.
As Vincent pulls up beside you, you hear what appears to be a deafening crash come from inside the castle. And then you hear something that sounds remarkably like a high-pitched laugh.
Guys, I think she's here! Bitch,
Is it a
alert!
Is it a familiar laugh?
Sure is.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Gotcha, bitch!
Did you guys follow me all the way up this mountain? This voice echoes from the castle grounds, from the snow around you, from the very air itself.
To be fair, the forest told us the mountain was weird, so we wanted to check it out. You just happened to be here?
Did you follow me all the way up this mountain?
Yes, we followed your stench.
Fuck
Now
yes.
give me back my apprentice, you bitch.
Apprentice. I have no idea who you're talking about.
I swear to God, if she ate my dwarf, there's gonna be problems.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea who you're talking about. But are you guys gonna stand out there and play in the snow all day like children? Or are you going to come see me face to face?
I'm going to make a snowball and whip it as hard as I can at the castle, and it's going to fall horribly short. But I'm still going to be like, fuck you, fight me.
Vincent, Miko, anything from you guys? Maybe Alardus?
Is there anything moving that I can see in the castle?
Other than the ground, no. Keep in mind, this building is massive. This is
All right.
like just the front portion, just a front portion of it.
Vincent will shrug and say, "Okay, let's go."
Alardus isn't even gonna say a word, and he's gonna walk towards the castle. And as he's walking, his cloak is gonna billow behind him, and each time it does, withered leaves start to appear on his cloak, and white branches start to sprout up from his shoulders that sort of look like antlers. It's also going to do the same from his head, and a wolf skull is slowly going to appear on his face, and he's going to take on the he is going to take on
He's going to take on...
He's looking for it.
Okay. One moment, please.
He forgot to did the name of it.
Oops.
he's going to take on his Fey presence.
Okay. Aw. Does Puppy think that's intimidating?
It will be once I'm close enough.
You are welcome to try. But don't forget, good doggies get a treat.
Hey, bitch face, I got a question.
Bad doggies get punished.
I still got a question. 1 sec.
Yep.
In the meantime, I have a 21 for investigation.
Okay.
Keep it in.
Okay. What are you trying to investigate?
I'm keeping lookout for anything that's gonna come out anywhere.
Doesn't seem like it at the moment.
So, are you not eating people? Why are you kidnapping them? Will you willingly give me answers, at least for this one?
Fine. I'll give you this one. I needed a sacrifice.
For what? Why are you sacrificing people? Hey, I think she sacrificed your dwarf!
It's okay. It just adds motivation to me planning her murder.
I love it.
You know what? I think I want a dragon skin couch now.
Ooh, what about some dragon skin boots?
Since you guys are inexorably slow in trying to pick up the trail, I'll even give you a hint. And come find me in the ballroom.
Are we gonna go dancing?
Dance fight.
The voice falls silent. All you hear is the whispering of the wind around these castle parts. These battlements.
To the ballroom.
Oh, we lost the Vincent. Are you back, Vincent?
I think I figured out what Bard wants for Christmas, guys.
What?
Working tech.
Oh yeah, sorry. I kept cutting. Everybody else kept on cutting off from my perspective, from what I'm hearing, and I was asking, and I don't know if anybody heard me talking.
No.
So
Nope. In that case, we're going to
because
rewind.
I don't think I ever got an answer.
What was your question?
I was asking if there was like a front door to this castle, if it was open or if everything was just kind of closed up.
There's a front door just like there is in this picture, or there's a door just like there is in this picture. It is completely open. Just this leads to other areas,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So, kind of think of it like this. The pictures that I've put up, I've chosen because they contain the base elements of what I want. So important things like maybe doors or windows or kind of the feel. But if there's modifications or something else that I need you to imagine along with the images that I put up, I will tell you.
Okay. Sounds good.
So.
And I had also been calling for her just to show herself, to stop hiding. I had asked if I could see anything moving from outside the castle. So
Nothing other than the snow piling up.
alright.
And there is no answer, and eventually she does fall silent.
Alright, so treatment fine.
So you guys are moving into the castle, huh?
Yes.
Let me grab the picture that I want for this. 1 second. Where is it? There, that's the one I want. Let me go here. Properties. Here's what you see. Again, a lot of
Right.
snow kind of in the entrance, piling up in places that it wouldn't normally if this castle had been in decent condition. The building inside appears to be crumbling and decaying, falling around. There's a lot of debris, but it is fairly well lit. It's just old. There are hallways that lead off in different directions. There even appears to be kind of what used to be a room completely enclosed in glass, kind of as a lookout or maybe a viewing area for the grounds. And it is multi-level. But as for this hallway, you guys walk in and this hallway is at least 20 feet high. The stonework would have been immaculate during its day, but has since fallen into very much disrepair.
Why do spellcasters always choose dilapidated places? I'm gonna see if I can find a...
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm gonna see if I can find a visitor's map that says you are here.
The wall... roll me an investigation check.
$18.
As you're looking around trying to find a map or some sort of frame of reference for where you are versus where you need to go, you actually spot on one of the walls etched in the words "You are here" in common, but there's nothing else on the wall. It's just stonework.
Someone has a sense of humor.
I'm thinking that would it be a wisdom or intelligence to like suss out where a place like this would have a ballroom?
Probably wisdom.
In that case, that's a 15.
15? There is a hallway that kind of leads off towards to the east. That holds promise. As a matter of fact, if you look close enough down the hallway, you'd actually be able to see a flickering light. The ballroom's probably overlooking one of the most scenic places of this ground, right? Castles of these types, they want to show off their opulence. They want to show off what kind of resources they have. They want to show off the beautiful parts of the grounds.
I'm gonna kind of signal for everybody to like be quiet, but like that's the way we need to go. Place like this echoes, so she's trying not to make any noise.
Anyone else?
Trying to be as quiet as I can, which is kind of hard because I jingle jangle.
Anybody who's trying to be quiet is going to need to roll me a stealth check.
Vincent will acknowledge Higgs while he is carving with his sunblade.
What are you attempting to carve?
Vincent was here. Right next to you are here.
Naturally.
I rolled a 6 on my stealth check.
Your monk! Wow. Okay, we're gonna start with Hig.
16.
Hilardus. Actually, hold on. Your clockwork squirrel.
I don't think I have stats.
Then it's gonna be a dex check. Or a dex saving throw, one of the two. I think for a pet, though, it'll be a check, because I don't think they have saving throws.
It looks like it. Give me a sec here. Okay. So that's, I have a strength and a wisdom. I have perception plus 4. Hey!
What is your squirrel's dex score?
It's +2, and then so that's I picked up my dice without looking at it and rolled it in my fingers, so I lost what.
Ooh.
Alright, so that's 19.
Cool. Alright, Ilardis.
Dex save, right?
Pardon?
Is dex save I need to make, or
Stealth.
stealth? 21.
Kiba needs to make me a dex check.
Oh, Kiba makes it. Sure, Kiba needs to make a dex check.
Yep.
Um,
Cool. Yuki.
So pissed. So I have to roll disadvantage, right? Because I jingle jangle.
Yes.
I rolled a 21, the only decent roll all fucking day, and I had to disadvantage it, so 16.
Ouch. Nico.
6.
Vincent.
This isn't my mouse, that's my coffee cup. Slight difference. $23.
Nico's the one that trips over a few bricks and sends them skittering down the hallway. And they make a hell of a racket.
Sorry, everyone.
From echoing down the hall. Don't worry about trying to sneak. I know you're here. God, you guys are slow. Do I need to help you out?
Yeah, sure. Got yourself.
Sure, make things
Thanks.
easier.
Children.
I'm probably older than you, bitch.
Vincent will sigh and say, alright. Down where Hig had mentioned that the dance hall would be, or the ballroom, rather. Dance hall. Ballroom, same thing.
Sorry, say that again?
Oh, Vincent will say, alright, cool, and rev his motorcycle and head down to where Hig had gestured, where the dance hall, or ballroom rather, would be.
It takes you guys a fair bit of walking. Again, this place is... I can't impress upon you just how large this place is. Hallways going off every which way. Rooms, doors, windows, stairs. It's almost as if this place was designed to be confusing. Looking around, you also see what appear to be somehow stairs on the roof? Upside down. People have to be walking on them upside down.
MC Etcher build this place or something?
Pardon?
MC Etcher build this place or something?
While they're... Oh, shit, I dropped the dice on the floor. While they're walking, Hig's going to pass the little flying bombers to Yuki for them to fill up.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop so I don't spill this all over myself and turn my hands to stone, but I will carefully and slowly fill up the bombers with as much potion as I can.
Roll me a dexterity check at advantage, please.
I have to go get the dice. Hold on.
Yep.
$13! Yeah, all my luck went to that one roll.
Was that at advantage?
That's with advantage.
You managed to get enough in these bombers that there appears to be nothing left in the vial, but the bombers do get filled up.
I am going to pass them to people that are better at throwing than me.
So who would that be?
For throwing things, it's a strength check, right?
It's a ranged attack, so that's proficiency bonus plus dex.
Said plus dex, right?
Plus dex.
How many of these things do I have to distribute around?
I think Higgs said there were 2 of them, but we're gonna have to wait until Hig gets headphones back on. So give me 1 second.
At least one's going to Nico since we're basing this off dex.
Thought these things flew themselves.
We're gonna have to check with Hig when she gets back.
Do these things, these bombers, do they fly themselves or do you have to throw them?
No, they fly themselves. They're clockwork.
Oh, I'm not even gonna bother then.
Yeah, you just wind them up and let them fly.
As Yuki fills these things up, you do manage to put the potion in these without too much hassle, without spilling too much, and you manage to avoid getting most of it on your hands.
Are my pants turning to stone now?
No.
Okay.
Not enough punch. So, you manage to fill these things up, and as you're looking back up and trying to figure out what to do with these, you realize that Haig had told you that these things fly, so you don't have to hand them to anyone else. You see a strange kind of sparkling light reflecting off of one of the walls in front of one of the doors. It's an almost purplish hue. And as you pull closer, you can hear kind of a whispering. You just hear this cackle coming from behind the doors. Did you finally find me?
Did we?
Oh, come on in. Let's talk, shall we?
Sure, I would honestly rather talk.
The doors open. You step in front of them. And you see your dragon that you have been... Your dragonborn that you have been chasing all across this world, for lack of a better term. For lack of better words. 1 second. I'm going to show you what you see. This picture that is coming up is going to be pretty much exact. With the exception that the opening underneath that archway is glowing an iridescent purple. Whatever's in the center of it appears to be swirling around in almost a vortex. And your dragonborn is standing in front of it.
Ooh, shiny. What's that?
Yo, what's up?
Don't worry about that.
It's a swirling vortex of possible doom. Of course I'm gonna worry about that.
Took you long enough to get here. I've been waiting for quite a few days. I think it might have been weeks? I don't know. I tend to lose track of time when waiting for you.
We kept
I mean, if you wanted to
trapped.
find us, you could have come to us.
Who says I was trying to find you? You're the ones that are insistent on tracking me down.
Yeah, because you've been a bitch.
I mean, we all are from time to time, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, but we're not kidnapping people.
Or murdering them.
I mean, we're murdering people, but, you know,
Oh, so
Yeah, but we're not kidnapping them first.
so what you're
it's
telling
sanctioned murder.
so what you're telling me is murder is only good if it's you?
Yeah.
What
I
makes
mean,
you different
no,
from
but-
anyone else out there?
Denzel.
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 I see. 'Cause, 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 You really want to do a dick measuring contest?
Oh, mine is much bigger.
No. We're not measuring dragon dicks here, okay?
Whip it out.
Pig's all for it.
So Alardis is just standing there as everybody else is talking, and as everyone's talking, then that blue arcane energy starts to form in his hand again.
Quiet,
And
elf. Settle down.
he's not even talking. I don't think it's a vocal component.
Settle down, elf.
Yeah, settle down, Elf. We actually would like to talk.
Nope. Kill her! Kill her! Kill her! Kill her!
I want to know why first.
I don't care. Pig is all for bloodbath right now.
I do because I want to know if it's something we need to stop.
So, Ilardis, what are you attempting to do?
So as he's standing there and he's got the blue arcane energy swirling around his hand, in his head, he's reaching out to Tanya and basically, like, in his normal voice, because for some reason through the skull mask his voice is changed, and he's just, my queen, do I have your permission to claim her head?
I mean, isn't that what I told you to do?
Just double checking, and then as soon as Titania said that, he didn't say that one in his head. He was just like, just double checking, and he poops into his misty step forward, slams that arcane surrounded hand into Kameko's throat, and he's going to cast Frostbite.
Sweet.
You say you disappeared? You're using Misty Step?
Yep, Misty Step. So I'm teleporting straight in front of her.
Yep.
And, like...
As you do, as you appear in front of her, she steps back 5 feet into the swirling portal energy. And the last thing that you hear before she disappears and the portal swallows her up, catch me if you can, sweetheart and elf. Mind your manners, you're in mixed company. And the portal closes with a resounding thud and a crack.
Alardis is gonna, like, as soon as he reappears, all Kameko sees on his face is like the skull mask, and then the dark black holes of the wolf skull, but there's 2 glowing green orbs, and he takes a swing and misses. He goes, the time for talk is over. My queen demands your head.
Your queen can suck my dick.
Mine's still bigger.
We'll bite it off!
Folks, I love you dearly.
Mm-hmm.
We have from the absolute hilarious to the more drama-minded in this party, and I love it. But
That was wonderful.
that's where we're going to cut it for today. With Kameko just dancing out of reach.
Again.
What?
Again.
Again, yeah. Every time you guys try and confront her, she just happens to slip through
Runs
your
away.
fingers. Yep. Well, she's on a mission, yo. She's not gonna let you stop her.
So we're on the mission too. We have a mission to separate her head from her body, and then make
Vincent.
furniture and clothing from the leftovers.
So Vincent will
Kameko
say
boots.
next. Vincent will say next time. Swing first. Ask questions later.
Give
I
me
just really wanted to know where the peoples were being kept, if they're still alive.
She would have.
Probably not where she is.
1 second. Let me go see if there's anybody I want to raid today. On Twitch. We're gonna go raid Hitch. Guys, I'm gonna send you guys over to a hitchhiker, actually, who streams his adventures across this world. Let me go check his channel and see where he is, because he is just chatting at the moment. He generally doesn't respond to people in the chat. I mean, he also has 1.3k viewers at the moment. But you guys can potentially get to see a whole new area of the world, or a whole new place in the world. Kind of let your minds wander. Give me 1 second here while his channel loads, because I need to find out where he is today. He is... if it loads... Looks like he's camping somewhere. Hitchhiking Japan, Day 9. Location, Obihiro, Hokkaido, Japan.
Sweet.
Nice.
We're gonna go raid Hitch. We're gonna go say hi. I'm gonna go spread some love. Again, like I said, he doesn't respond to his chat a lot, at least from what I've seen. But the places that he tends to end up are absolutely beautiful. So enjoy that, and we will see you guys again in, I think, 2 weeks from now, which puts us the weekend of 1 second. The 20th. That puts us on Sunday, November 20th. Our Twitter's in the chat, guys. Thanks for joining us for this kind of sandbox world. I love all your faces. And we shall see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.